Yo, what is up, pussies? We are back with another episode of MogCast.
Episode number 18.
Episode 18. We are here with none other than Mike Tornabene, which actually everyone mispronounces his last name. I said Tornabene before, and he was like, "No, it's Tornabene." But
yeah, I thought it was Tornabene when I first saw it. And then, yeah, no, that's so bad. And then I saw
You guys don't even try to read it. I put like the pronunciation.
I know.
Yeah.
In my bio for that. You're like, isn't it in there? I'm like, yeah.
you have to do the what's the English called where it's the you know what I'm talking about?
Phonetically spelled.
Yeah.
yeah, but I saw Tornabene, and I'm like, oh, it's Tornabene, and then it's Tornabene. Wait, what is it?
Tornabene.
Tornabene. All right.
Tornabene.
I'm just gonna stay far away from pronouncing your last name.
I'm sure that's super Italian, right?
Yeah.
Of course.
Good turn, good fortune, something along those lines.
Right. And if you guys don't know who Mike is, you might know Domizetti as well. The
Bro science life.
the brofessor, you know?
Yeah.
And I wanted to talk to Mike and say that, you know, if it weren't for him, I would probably there's no chance that I'd be sitting here right now if it weren't for him, I would say, because literally my first ever TikTok that, if you guys don't know, I started from TikTok. My first ever TikTok that I had, you know, blow up and kind of kickstart my career was like in some of Mike's Bro Science Life merch. It was in the Miami tank. And if you guys know what I'm talking about, I mean, I sent it to you. Like
I saw it a lot later because I wasn't on.
Yeah.
I wasn't using my TikTok, and I saw like the ad messages like months or weeks later. And I was like, who's this?
Yeah.
And then, then I saw you on Instagram, and then saw you with Young LA, and I was like connected all the dots.
Yeah. And so I was wearing that merch, and you know, I used to actually get comments on TikTok, guys being like, this is just a phony Dom Mazzetti, like shit like that. And I was like, fuck, dude, like I just like the guy. I like his content. But yeah.
Appreciate it.
So tell us, I want to know, like, because I've got your, oh wait, real quick. Guys, real quick, really fast. Sorry,
I got
Mike.
food in my mouth, so
Really
you can
quick.
do the plug.
I know how this goes. The sponsor.
Yeah.
A word from our sponsor. Let's go.
A word from our sponsor for this podcast, real quick. Anabar, new flavor will be dropping tomorrow by the time you guys
Wait, what's
see
the new
this.
flavor?
That
S'mores?
one. No, that one.
Oh, this
White chocolate
yeah.
fruity pebbles, which is the one that like Will Tennyson said was the best. So this is a fucking great bar, okay, guys? So tomorrow, code MOG, save you
Tastes like Fruit
10%.
Loops.
It's not a diet bar.
It's not a diet bar.
280 calories. No one's lying to you, okay? All right, there's the plug. But let's get into it. I wanted to talk about, you know, your first video, your first Dom Mazzetti video, and how you were just like, you know, let me create this alter ego. And
sure. It's quite a long story that ends up on YouTube accidentally, but basically I went to film school. I went to NYU for film and television. I wanted to be a comedy writer. I wanted to write scripts, make a TV show, sell a movie script, whatever. And so since freshman year of college, me and my buddy from my hometown, Guion, we started writing scripts together, trying to just like get into Hollywood some way. We were cold calling people, just like writing scripts and trying to get jobs. And we started making YouTube videos back in 2009 as just like sketches. No one was like making money on YouTube then. It wasn't like a career, but we thought that like we could use that to get some attention, get some eyes on us, and then maybe they'd read our scripts and give us a job or whatever, buy one of the scripts. And we did that for about a year with like no success. It was just kind of like,
so they were just little like comedy.
Yeah, just bits, sketches.
Yeah.
And you say you're trying to get into Hollywood. Did you care about what kind of job that was, or were you specifically trying to get into like comedy?
Comedy. I wanted to be a writer. I didn't even want to be an actor. It was just like I wanted to write comedy, and mainly it was like the realistic goal was to get a job as like a TV writer, and then sell on the side, like try to sell my own show or sell my own movie script. But I just wanted to be a comedy writer. That was my main goal. And so the start of the acting was just with filming these sketches, just little like comedy bits here and there. None of them were in character or in the Domizetti character. They were just kind of like whatever character demanded of that sketch. And then,
were you lifting at the time?
Yeah, I started lifting freshman year of college. That's when I first went to the gym.
Okay.
So I all throughout college, and then continued to do that. And I was like, dude, I was a rail. I was 130, 6 foot, 130, just skinny kid. And then I gained like 30 pounds freshman year.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, he was like chugging mass gainers out of
Yeah.
like the bolt, like the blender, shit like that. But
In the college dorm room, yeah.
oh, dude, those are good times drinking NO Explode and Super Pump and just having no regard for anything.
Damn,
but
that takes me back, dude. Because he started lifting like 2 years ago.
Literally like 2
But
and a
I
half
started
years ago.
lifting like 7.5 years ago or so. And just hearing NO Explode, it's like, damn, that was probably the first pre-workout I tried. And I
Yeah,
thought
dude.
it was so hard at the time. I was like, oh, this shit, it has Explode in the name. Oh, this is about to be so good.
And so what we don't realize is that like that shit was hard and still is. Just our bodies are just like, this ain't shit
Yeah,
anymore.
it's just coffee now. I just wake up and drink it for some coffee.
Exactly. I could take it for a bed just to level me out. But yeah, so we were doing those sketches, whatever, and graduated, did a bunch of odd jobs over the summer to save up money to move back to New York to get an apartment. So we got this like shitty apartment on the Upper East Side, and we were filming more sketches, writing more scripts, and I had this idea for this video sketch for this character. Now, this character, Domizetti, I had wrote into a script for a college class, like a sketch comedy class. I want to say junior year maybe, but never shot anything with it. It was just a script for a class, and he was originally like a middle-aged OG Guido with a really bad cooking show, and that was like the only thing I did with it. And then the first video I ever made, I was like, there was some bomb scare that happened in Brooklyn, and it was so, I don't know, so vague the way they described it and how they dealt with it. I was like, who deals with these bomb scares? And I had this idea of making this interview where the guy dealing, the bomb squad guy was Domizetti. They're like interviewing him about how he deals with bomb scares. He's like, I don't know, dude. I'm just the guy who puts a top over things. Like, is he a bomb over there? Is that a sketchy looking thing? It could be a bicycle. Could be a bomb. I go over there, I put a top over it. He's like, Keon interviews me. He's like, do you like diffuse it? Like, no, man, that would be dangerous. I don't know what that is. Like, dumb shit like that, because that's how it seemed like they dealt with these things. And people really liked it, and they thought the character was funny. It got maybe like 3,000 views.
Well, any Italian, like when you throw on an Italian accent and it is just like you play that role,
Yeah.
it's fucking funny, dude.
Yeah, Jersey
funny.
Shore Italian, just automatically funny.
Shout out.
That's what I grew up around. I mean, that's like, I was just like emulating those people. And like, that was like that accent me and my buddy, a different friend, would do whenever we were talking and just like, trying to be dumb or funny. We would just put that accent on.
Yeah.
So the accent was part of the character and all that.
I saw that you, this is kind of off topic, but I saw that you interact with Nikki Cass. You know, Nikki Cass, he
Oh, yeah.
like he does like the TikToks where he has that like face thing and then he does the Italian. Like that shit like that, it's so funny.
Yeah, that was like a similar story to you. He like, I followed him because I just saw him posting on Barstool. I was like, oh, this guy's funny.
Yeah.
And I followed him, and then he messaged me. He's like, dude, like I used to watch your videos. Like that's how, big inspiration for all the stuff I do. And it's just like, it's cool to see like inspiring other people to like do basically the shit that I was doing fucking 10 years ago.
You started that shit for sure. But yeah, going back to the bomb
squad. Yeah. So shot that, and it was funny. Didn't go viral or anything. Just, we were like, this is back in the day when Facebook didn't even have like a news feed. It was just walls. So you would just, in order to share things, you'd have to manually post it to people's walls. And I don't know if you guys remember that or not, but like,
No.
I was a child. I was 9 years old, dude.
Wait, how old are you?
33.
Yeah, I'm 21.
Dude,
Yeah.
I was diaper training at that point.
That's damn, bro. You're wearing diapers when you're 9. That's
rough life, man.
But yeah, so this is like a totally different landscape. Like there was no Instagram, Facebook was just profiles. There were no pages. There was no news feed.
Mm-hmm.
We had this joint page called Mike and Guion, where it was just our comedy bits. And in order to share our stuff, we'd have to post it on our wall, but then we'd have to manually post it on people's pages. So whenever we made a new video, we went to every one of our friends and posted it manually on their wall. And so that's how we saw like the feedback. People like, oh, this is funny. So maybe a couple months later, or maybe a couple weeks later, Four Loko, the original Four Loko, was like super popular. It had caffeine in it.
Yeah.
And people would talk about how they would drink it and black out and all these like ridiculous stories, some of them funny, some of them exaggerated. So I was like, yo, let's make fun of this. And I was like, let's do this video where we use Dom again because people like that, where he talks about his ridiculous night out in Four Loko. And we set up my old camera, which is this like old mini DV camera that I used to shoot my skateboarding videos on. We just set it up, and Guion interviewed me, and I just like went off on a tangent about like this stupid shit I did that night. And it was like 45 minutes long, and I just edited it down to like a 2-minute bit of just these jump cuts of Dom explaining all the dumb shit he did. And just like the other video, we posted that to people's walls. We shared it as much as we could. And then we started noticing people that we didn't know sharing it as well. And then it was getting more and more views. It was 2,000 views, 10,000 views, 100,000 views. And this is like slowly over like 2 months. We're like, holy shit, this is working. But it wasn't like an overnight viral video.
Yeah.
It just kind of like rolled into that.
Well, it's hard to go viral, like how you were saying with the sharing,
posting
on your
it on
page and
people's
shit.
walls.
It's hard to go viral. You don't have crazy algorithms now, like how they do now.
Yeah, and it doesn't have the same mechanisms. The shit that went viral is always like the really weird, YouTube stuff that you tell your buddies about, and they would go search it. But that's kind of how my stuff took off. Was like people had to hear about it in real life. Like, oh, did you hear about this video? Search it, whatever. So that did well, and I was like, all right, let's just keep making more using that character. And the idea was just to put him in different situations of trendy things. The next video was like Domizetti versus hipsters, where I dressed up as a hipster and like talked about what it's like to be a hipster, and then Dom versus college stuff, and did that for a couple of years and started making money on YouTube as ad revenue. I was like, oh shit, you can make money doing this.
Yeah.
Still though, wanted to be in Hollywood, and then did that for a couple of years, started selling clothing, making more money doing that. And then the bro science idea came up maybe like 3 years after Domizetti verse, and started that. Just saw like the gym was super popular and was getting popular. And I wanted to make like a fake tutorial about how to go to the gym and using Domizetti. And that shit just like took off. And within 2-3 months, it was bigger than my other channel, which had like 400,000 subscribers.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I think the first video I saw from you, it was right around the time I started lifting. And I think it was the 10 machines you didn't know were bicep machines.
That's
and I thought, and I just remember where I was too. I'm like, okay, who is this guy? And I went back and watched all your old videos. You probably had like 40 old videos at that point. And I just remember like turning on notifications and just like waiting for the new Bro Science video, which is posted every week, right?
Yes, and still every week, actually. I'm the most consistent man on the internet.
Damn, dude. It's like 10 years every single week. It's crazy.
I know, what a grind.
But I'm trying to think what the first Dom Mazzetti video that I watched, but I have no clue because it was so recent where that's the thing about your videos is you can go back and people can just watch and accumulate views on old vids because they don't get old. Like they age really well,
And that feels really good to hear.
Yeah, but I like I'm sure because you see if you go to your most popular videos or whatever, you probably see like your views are still just probably climbing just because.
Yeah, I mean, people still share it. And like it gets people telling me like get recommended to them like years later.
Yeah,
like,
it just hits a little algorithm boost.
Most of these gym stereotypes don't go away. Like the idea of bro science of some bodybuilder in the locker room saying, "Oh, bro, take this, you'll get huge." That's been around since bodybuilding started. So it's like it's never gonna get old.
Wait, did you come up with the term like bro science? Did you come up with that?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't invent it. No.
Okay, because it was the first person that I heard.
Yeah, it was a term that was just around in bodybuilding for a long time.
Okay,
and was used when I started bodybuilding back in 2006, 7, 8, 9, all that shit, and it was basically just meant that, like what it is. It's just like some guy at the gym just giving you fucking bro science.
Yeah, it makes sense. You don't really have to explain it. It's just bro science, bro.
That was the funniest term. I was like, yeah, it's just bro science, man. It's just like some guy thinks he's a fucking scientist, and it's like, where's the proof? And it's like, buddy, you're fucking looking at it. Proof right there.
But you definitely put that term on the map.
Yeah, 100%.
Like you popularized it, so it must be weird to see people like, I don't know if you know More Plates, More Dates, Derek. He's said to me over text, "Oh, that's just bro science," and it's become such a common term now, in part to you, that it must be weird for you to see like big names using the term bro science, and low key think to yourself, "I kind of put that term on the map."
A little bit of
do you
both,
think that?
I mean, kind of like, I think because I had known it was a used term like way back before all this. Like I know that a lot of people, especially older people, use it in that way where it's like bro science is meant to just be like, this is their way of explaining, like it's mainly used by people who are actually talking about fitness shit, you know, like they're using it as a way to be like, this is my real science and this is bro science. But, really it's all bro science. So like I know the difference, but it's funny, a lot of people will kind of step up for me in that way. They'll be like, this dude's talking about you. It's bro science. I'm like, he's not actually talking about me. Man. He's just talking about bro science, like the umbrella of it. But yeah, it's funny to see. I mean, it's crazy when like a term that people use for other things becomes notable for, you know, you.
Yeah.
I think the first video I want to say is the
you've been scrolling, bro.
I think the first video was the do you even lift one where you had like you had the chart and every single one went back into like the DL.
Yeah.
That shit was so funny. I think that was the first one I watched, and then I probably had binge so many. And I know that like a lot of people, honestly, probably half our audience hasn't seen a bro science life vid.
Yeah, because
or maybe not half, like 25%. Probably.
Yeah, because
there's
most
a
of them
lot
are
of
like
young
16,
kids.
17, and they might not use YouTube as much. They probably are more on like TikTok, Instagram, stuff like that. But I remember showing my mom. I'm like, Mom, you got to see this, because she lifts too, and she was like cracking up at it.
It's funny when people tell me like family stories like that. Like, yeah, me and my family would get together and watch.
Every week we get together.
And you're like, fuck, that's not actually me.
Yeah. So how is that when you created this Domizetti and your channel started blowing up, obviously, and you would go out in public, or how did people think you were just like this bro, this just like douchebag bro, Italian Guido motherfucker? I
mean, still, but like, to be fair, you don't need to actually even know who Domizetti is to look at me and think I'm probably a douchebag. So I kind of do it to myself at this point. But yes, people that know Dom most of them assume I'm like at least closer to his personality, like that personality, than I actually am, or as it comes off to them. Like a lot of people expect the accent to be real or you know, more exaggerated, and just to be more, I don't know, off the wall, I guess. But like I mean, as you guys can tell, like it's definitely like a different side of my personality, but it's like they come from real places. So it's not to say that like Dom is entirely different from the way I think. It's just like
you're just super exaggerating certain aspects of your personality for humor.
Yeah, and just like exaggerating aspects of everyone's sort of personality for sake of being like relatable. But most of it comes back to like, what do I think, and what do I do, and why do I act this way? And then as far as just being like a douchebag bro, it's like, yeah, that is part of my personality. Like I am a bro. I like doing bro shit. I like just being, you know, that guy, but there's also other sides to it as well. And I think people are shocked that there's any difference, because you just like see this character, which apparently is done well enough to make people believe that he's just like entirely real. Some people get it satire, but they don't really know to what extent. You know?
Right. That was me. I thought the accent was real 100%, and that you were kind of like that off camera, but just put more of an act on camera. And then I remember at some point watching your videos, I was like, okay, who the fuck is this guy? And I think I just went and looked up like, who is Bro Science actually? And I saw your name, copied it into YouTube, and I'm pretty sure I saw a video of you. You said you went to NYU?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I saw a video of you, tell me if I'm wrong, doing like a comedy skit in front of like a crowd. Have you done shit like that?
Yeah, I did a few like appearances at colleges, and it was mainly just like improv shit or like Q&As. Never like stand up, but there was some like, you know, random bits here and there. Because back in, I want to say 2011 and 12, a little bit in 2013, I used to like get paid to go do events, like party at colleges and whatnot, which was a lot of fun. But it was just like making ends meet, which is kind of funny. It was like I was still like living paycheck to paycheck, but some of my paychecks were coming from like going out to a nightclub and getting paid to be there.
Yeah.
So like random shit like that. So that's probably what you saw.
It's funny that you said that you thought the accent was real, because I feel like every single Italian guy I know, my dad's Italian, but when my dad talks to my uncle, his brother, he puts on like it's like always this like little like he's extra Italian when he talks to someone else who's Italian.
Yeah, dude,
it's so
like,
funny.
Same thing happens like to me when I'm a little bit when I'm drunk for sure. Like it comes out more.
Yeah.
I've been told like when I get more like excited about something, the Jersey accent comes out, and then obviously when I'm around other like Jersey people.
Yeah, I had a buddy in college who was from Jersey, but when he would talk to us pretty normal, but he'd hop on the phone with his buddy, and it's totally different person. It's so dude, funny. It's like everyone on the northeast is like that.
They've got a little bit of Dom
all
in
the
them,
all the
and
Italian.
It's just waiting to come out.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I wanted when you said you were partying, they would have you come out to these colleges and you were partying. How was it with like were you treated as like a celebrity, or at this point was it kind of just you were just going to party and you were not really held to a higher standard or what?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I was treated as a celebrity. I actually I obviously enjoyed getting paid to go party. That was a lot of fun, but I didn't actually like going to places where I was like paid to be there as a celebrity. Like I didn't want to be an actor. I didn't want to be famous. I just kind of like fell into this. So I found it a little uncomfortable to be at a place where people, I guess, looked at me like I thought I was the shit. They were like, "Oh, look at this guy. He thinks he's the shit. We're all paid. Like we're all coming to see him." And I was like, "No, that's not the case, man. I just want the paycheck and I want to have some fun."
Yeah.
But it felt weird to me that I thought that it looked like I thought I was bigger than I was or something like that. So I felt like I didn't really enjoy doing that part of it, but I was definitely down to go travel and have fun. It was cool. But yeah, I think like that was the idea, that they were paying for me to be there to bring people in. And sure enough, like people would come and take photos and it would bring a crowd. But it still like felt a little strange to me, like, because it just seems like I'm like, why? Like I just make like internet videos, man. Like what are y'all coming to paying me to be at a bar for? But I'm like, I'll take the money though, and I'll take the plane ride and let's go.
Wait, so at what point was this? Like what year?
2011 and 12.
And how you'd started Bro Science channel at this point, or just
no,
Dom versus?
Domizetti verse.
Okay.
By the time I started Bro Science, which was the end of 2012. So I did a few trips in 2012 and a few in 2013, but then I basically stopped because clothing was selling really well and I didn't need the money. So like I said, I just didn't really want to keep doing these appearances because it just felt like kind of weird to me. But yeah, that was kind of like, I think the last one I did was 2013.
I mean, I can't imagine how many people would come up to you at these parties and be like, "Bro, do the Dom voice. Do the Dom voice. Come on, do the Dom voice."
Be Dom, bro. Be Dom.
Because I see it. Wait, what?
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say I see it with Sush. People will come up and be like, "Yo, say what's up, pussies, to my friend." And Sush is like, "Yo, what's up, pussy?"
I'm not like that.
No,
he's not like that.
He's not. But I can tell, like, or at least if that was me, and I got asked a million times, "Yo, say what's up, pussy, to so-and-so."
Yeah.
I'd be like, "What's up, pussy?"
No, I mean, it's like, it can be a lot sometimes, but like most people are really nice and just like, I'm appreciative of them. Like without them, like I don't have a job. Exactly. It's not like, being a celebrity, an actor in Hollywood where somebody else is paying my paycheck. Like these people are buying my clothing. You know what I mean? Like that's supporting me. Like, so I'm always down to talk and say what up and be friendly. And most people are friends. Sometimes like they'll try to be extra
bro. Just back up like 10 seconds. Back up 10 seconds to repeat. I'm sorry, the Wi-Fi cut out or something.
Oh no, that's all right. What was the last thing I said?
You were just saying that you're always down to like, if someone comes up and says something, you're always down to like put on the Dom voice because you know that they're paying your bills. Yeah,
like I'm always down to like talk and have a conversation. Sometimes I don't get asked to do the accent very much because I think most people assume it would happen anyway. What does happen though is sometimes, especially in like a drinking situation, people will try to be like really, really broy and they'll be like just buying me shots and stuff. And I'm like, dude, this is what it's like to be a hot chick in a bar. Like you walk into a place and dudes are like, touching their friend, looking at the phone, looking at you. And it's like, yo, this is very obvious what's going on. And they come over to you and they start like talking to you, buying you shots and like, yo, let's go get some food later. And it's like, this is what it's like to be a hot chick. It's funny. But like the hardest part is like, everyone wants to buy you a shot, right? It's like, I can only do so many in a night. There's times when I'm like, look, I can't have any more. And then they'll just buy it for you anyway. So there's one time I would do this thing where like I would always have like a beer with me, like a bottle of beer, like a Bud Light or something. And if I like needed to like stop taking shots before I died, I'd take the shot and I'd spit it back in the beer. But then sometimes I get too drunk and just drink the fucking beer anyway.
With all the shots in it.
With all the shots,
spit, and beer all mixed together.
It never worked. I always ended up taking a shot.
But that's what I don't understand is like, there's some people, like I had a couple people come up to me the other day in the gym and they asked for a picture and I was just chatting with them. And then they were like surprised that I was chatting with them and they were surprised that I agreed to the picture. And they said, oh, we met so-and-so, someone else famous in the fitness industry. And he was like a super dickhead. And he was like, don't talk to me. I'm doing my job right now. And it's like, bro, you're resting in between sets. You can literally take a picture and chat for 30 seconds. It's like, that's what I don't get is hearing these stories about other people. And it's like just the lack of like realization that these people that are coming up and talking to you are literally the ones paying you. Like you owe them at least that. It's crazy to me.
It's a lot of ego, man.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, that was it. Just a lot of ego.
Yeah. Do you consider yourself in the fitness industry?
I guess so.
Yeah. And so I would assume that you know that this industry fucking sucks. Like there's this one fucking sucks. So you know that like some people like it's pretty much based all around ego and shit like that.
I mean, dude, what do you think all the material comes from? Like, there's a reason I make fun of fitness. I love fitness. Like, I love working out and stuff, but it's like, it's a very easy thing to make fun of.
Yeah, it must be so easy to just observe shit that happens and just be like, oh, this is free content.
It is a frustrating industry though. Like, it is part of the reason that like, you know, bro science is tough to do is it's like, not only do I have to be a comedian and I spend a lot of time and effort in these videos, I write them for days sometimes, or then I add some improv. I edit the videos myself. I do all this stuff, but it's also, I got to be a fitness guy too. Like I got to work out. I got to be in shape. I got to get a pump while I'm doing it. I got to work out while I'm doing it. I got to deliver these monologues that I write, like fucking 2 hours of delivering, like screaming at the camera while like lifting weights. I'm like, dude, this is fucking hard. And it's like, and I still am expected to be, you know, at a certain level of in shape. And it's like, I'm fine. Like, I like how I look. Like, I'm down, like, with what I've done for the past, like, 10 years or so. But it's still, like, because the fitness world is just like that, you find yourself, like, getting caught up in it and being like, damn, I got to be a little bit bigger. I got to be more shredded for this video. And you're like, fuck, why? It's like, just that's what the whole world's about. And I'm like, I try to find that balance where I'm like, all right, I want to be good at everything I do in a way that makes me happy. So it's like, I want to be a good comedian and I want to be in shape, but I don't want to be like, you know, considered a fitness guy where it's like I need to be fucking jacked and shredded all the time, because that's like not what I really get any reward from, you know?
Was it hard to, you know, stay in shape? Because I don't know if you were actually like this, but I know in a lot of, you know, Bro Science Life videos, you were always like drinking or whatever, like drinking beer. Was it hard to stay in shape while drinking that much, or did you not really drink that much?
Oh no, that's all real, and I still drink that much. Dude,
so how do you like? I know like you're like in good shape. So how are you doing it? You're just like
practice, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like
training the liver.
Yeah, I never fake the drinking. I'm like, any excuse to have a drink on set's fine, but like,
fuck.
That's part of what I was saying. Like the balance. Like for me, I've been working out for 2006 or what? How many years is that? 15 years, something like that. So like, you could say like I haven't made a lot of gains in those years, but I'm like, yeah, I maintain what I want. Like I knew that like if you do it long enough, you go through enough fad diets and different things and try stuff, you just realize how your body reacts to things. And I know my body at this point where it's like, if I have a weekend bender on Monday, I'm not going to look my greatest, but like I'll adjust my diet or I'll adjust my workout, and my body will kind of bounce back and stay in this like relative space that I'm happy with. Sometimes if it's a little longer, it'll take a little longer to bounce back. But so far it's just that. It's just like making adjustments and keeping my lifestyle balanced. My goal with fitness is just to be like, I want to be as in shape as I can while still living the life that I enjoy. And so if I like need to sacrifice certain things that I do to be a little bit bigger or a little bit more cut, I'm like, do I really want that? The answer is yes, I can do that. If the answer is no, then I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, and I mean, I think for 99% of people, like there's basically no girl on the planet that's going to take a look at your physique and be like, "Oh, he's not, dick skin shredded enough for me." It's like that's such a guy thing, right? Like a guy in the gym who's like a bodybuilder might look at you and be like, "Oh, bro, I've totally got this guy beat. My physique's so much better." But like when it comes to girls, they literally just want abs and like good proportions. Like you look like you lift, you got abs. So if that's your goal and you're not trying to compete, then there's no reason for you to like, go take a bunch of gear and get like as shredded as possible. You're going to start scaring the girls away.
Are you natural?
Yeah, I am.
Are you a lifetime natty? Have you ever fucked around with anything?
I've never taken steroids, tests. Like I just never really, I don't think I ever even considered it. I never was like, this is what I want. Mainly like at first when I was like really into bodybuilding before bro science and before making videos, it was like, I guess I was a little wary of like the side effects, but also like, I didn't really want to look like, I didn't want the look of like what, being on steroids was. I was like, I can just be happy with what I have naturally. And of course there are times you're like, damn, I wish I was bigger. I wish I was more shredded. Cause that's just like what you always think working out. But it was never like, man, maybe I should take something. The desire was never there enough for me to like go any further than that. Like sometimes people are like, why don't you take anything? And they talk to me about it. I'm just like, I don't know. I just don't really want to. Yeah. And if I don't really like want the results of it, then I definitely don't want the side effects or, just what it takes to maintain that.
It was like that video you made, pros and cons of taking steroids.
Yeah, I need to know
and
that. And
you put all the pros on, and then you're like, all right, for the cons, and then you just tape the thing from like the National Institute of Health or whatever, and you're like, a bunch of shit, and then the video ends.
Wait, I need to know the end of the video, and it fell, right?
Oh yeah,
fell.
it fell.
I was too dumb to realize. I'm too dumb to realize, like, what does that mean? What's the underlying meaning under that?
It just accidentally fell.
Oh, it accidentally
but
fell?
I thought
it was like the cons outweighed the pro type of thing.
I think the pros outweighed the cons.
Yeah, something like that.
So it happened perfectly, and it was like an accident. But you said, okay, clearly there's a winner, and you tapped the thing or something like that, and it fell like this, like it kind of tilted on the wall, and the pros were heavier, so it fell this way.
I thought it was.
I'm trying to remember if like, because I remember there was something where I
we need to put the picture.
No, the falling was an accident. The tap was intentional.
Yeah, because you almost laughed. You were like trying to maintain character, but you heard it fall, and you were like trying not to laugh.
Because the tap was the joke. It was like, clearly, and I like tapped at something like the thing really hard. I was like, this is the thing, and then it fell accidentally. I was like, oh, that's perfect. So yeah,
I thought it was like some
planned.
Yeah, planned, smart. The pros outweigh the cons.
No, I could tell it wasn't because
like
he literally almost burst out laughing. It was so funny.
Damn, I thought I was like, I thought I was so smart, thinking, oh, he did that on purpose. I need to know.
Something like that sometimes magically happens. It's beautiful.
Yeah, because I remember going in the comments and people being like, oh, like so funny it fell or whatever. Oh, damn. Wait, what was I gonna say, bro? I was gonna say something about No, it was about gear, bro. Oh, it was like you probably, for being as successful as you are, you were probably almost thinking, why even hop on?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Why
hop on steroids if I'm already, I'm making these funny vids, I'm getting views, I'm getting, merch sales and stuff like that. Why hop on gear? And that was probably like,
yeah, I mean, that was a big part of it. I just think like because like I explained before, it's like I didn't consider myself a fitness guy in the fitness industry. I was just accidentally there. Just like I was sort of like not trying to be an actor really, but I was like, all right, this is the world I'm in. This is like something I enjoy, but I didn't want to be so wrapped up in it that my life started to go like completely that direction. And I think it was just like, I don't know. There's something about like,
well, once you put a needle in your butt, you're kind of committing to like, okay, this is going to be the main part of my life. Yeah. And if you don't, you're not crossing that mental barrier. So I feel like once you get into, in like the 2015-16 where you were like super, bro science was growing like as fast as it ever has. Yeah. I feel like what's the point in it's probably not going through your head like, oh, I should compete now. Like, no, you're probably just going to focus more on the biggest part of your life, which is bro science, making merch, like the more business side. It's like Bill Gates is not going to go be like, you know what? I think I'm going to go take gear because I want to get more muscular. Like he's got other shit to worry about.
But, you know, there's something to say for it too, where it's like, it could have just been, you know, a lot of people just want to look that way, you know, whether or not it has anything to do with their success. I also think like when I started, gear was much more like hush hush. Like people didn't talk about it. No one was open about it.
Especially like 10, 15 years ago.
Oh yeah, man. Nobody talked about that. It was a big thing if somebody said anything or like was exposed for it. And I'm like, dude, everyone I know, even back then, like people I knew in high school were doing it, man. That was way back when. Now it's just kind of like, it's cool. Like, you know, people are like, this is what I do and this is how I do it. And I think that's the way it should be. Like, I've got nothing against it. Just for me, I never wanted to. Like, I like the way, you know, I look. And I think me personally, a look for me that is like bigger and like more like on gear doesn't really go with like my personality.
Yeah, it almost wouldn't work. It almost wouldn't work.
It wouldn't work with the Dom character because the Dom character has to look like a casual bro. You know, if he looks like Chris Bumstead, it kind of ruins the whole.
Do you have legs? Do you have legs?
Do you train legs?
I work legs harder than anything.
I like to hear that. Yeah, I like to hear that.
Funny.
No, like legs were always my weakest part. Like I'm skinny, like I'm a skinny kid. So like I've had broad shoulders, a small waist, and all my limbs are just fucking skinny. So I'm like, to get my legs big, they're the last to come and the first to go.
Dude, same. And then, like, literally same. Go on.
Dude, and then I was like, you know, working out like a bro for so long, you start to get injuries and like I had a hip thing going on in my back.
So you actually worked out like a bro. Like it wasn't just like it wasn't just like I thought you were like it wasn't just
man.
like
I've been working out like a bro since I started. I mean,
he was curling he was curling with the hamstring machine, dude.
Like, the thing is, like, I knew what I was doing to some degree. Like, I was a personal trainer for a bit, but it's like back then, there's a lot less knowledge and a lot less like, you know, more like foundational things that I learned now. Like, oh, you got this type of recovery, or this thing is like what, you know, form things that I wasn't learning. Because at some point I'm just like, damn, I'm tired of researching fitness. I do fitness for a living. I do it for fun. I'm tired of researching it. I just want to work out and have a good time. So there's like little things that were like impeding my progress. I was getting frustrating, and it was like, obviously there was no progress happening in my legs, but once I like kind of fixed that.
Hop on gear, bro. Come on.
I know, right? That's the way to do it.
Hop on gear and only ever squat.
I know. No, but I do legs like every 3 days, like twice a week.
Oh shit.
Yeah, same. That's what we do. We do legs push pull. But I mean, even now, there's way more knowledge now than there was back in 2009, 2008. And even now, it's still kind of pseudoscience for like, there's obviously some hard exercise science that's just simply true. Yeah. But even a lot of the stuff that we take for granted is still up for debate. Like there's still plenty of people that are experts that disagree with each other on like basic shit. So it's still mainly just like, here's the fucking science right here.
You just gotta find what works for you, which is hard because it's just like you're trying to rely on experts. But like you said, there's always somebody who's saying the exact opposite of what another expert is saying. And as somebody who isn't an expert, you're like, where do I go to listen to this? And then you spend a couple of weeks investing in this philosophy or, you know, proven thing. And you're like, this isn't working for me. And now you got to try something new. And it's just like, it gets frustrating after a while. So you're just kind of like, I'm going to just do what I think works for me. And after a couple of years, you might be doing the wrong thing. And
yeah, well, I mean, like when I started getting into fitness, I was doing a ton of research, mainly on bodybuilding forums. So I don't know if you'd really call it research, but I was like looking into this stuff all the time. And the thing that I learned after hundreds of hours of like figuring out what fucking amino acid to take after working out is just like, okay, what I know is I lift heavy and I do the big compound movements and I eat a lot of food and I get big. And then I do more research and people are like, no, you don't need to lift heavy. And it's like, bro, can anyone fucking agree on anything in this industry? Like about anything.
And that's why I almost like bro science more because, you know, bro science
it's kind of like, just a fuck you. Yeah, like I'm going to do what I want.
Yeah. It's like, you got to do what works for you. So maybe like the bro, you know, the bro split, right? It's like chest, arm,
biceps.
Yeah. Like whatever that split may be. what you were doing. It's
chest,
like,
biceps, chest, biceps, chest,
sometimes
biceps.
that works for people. Like,
yeah, I mean, that's what works for me. Like I've tried different things, and like what works for me is a lot of frequency and a lot of volume. And it's like, and if I try to do too many body parts in one day, it just doesn't work. Like I have to commit enough time to each thing. And that's what I realized about legs. It's like, for them to grow, I have to do them like twice a week or like, every 3 days or so.
Yeah.
Other body parts, like my back is big and my chest is fine with once, but like you just figure that out yourself. And like, it's kind of like you're saying, bro science kind of is the only thing you can look at and be like, this kind of works. Like if it works for you, it fucking works.
Yeah.
Like, the proof is right there, man.
Yeah. Like you could literally be like, yo, this is bro science, but if you bench so-and-so, here's my bench. And now look at my chest. It's like that. There's the proof that it fucking works.
Yeah.
It's funny.
But I mean, dude, I'm the exact same with legs because if I like, here's my buddy, Lex Little, shout out Lex.
He's natural.
As you can see, yeah, he's natty. He's got some big ass legs on there. He's I think he's 19. He could be 20 now. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure he's 19. Oh, did he turn 20?
I don't know.
Oh wait,
sorry,
yeah,
Lex.
he did turn 20.
Sorry, Lex.
I don't know. I'm sorry, Lex, but all he does is basically squat. And like he'll do some leg accessories, but he can basically squat. And if he wanted to, he could squat like once a week and maintain that size. But he trains the shit out of his upper body and it doesn't grow as fast. And for me, I'm the opposite. And it's like I have to wear short shorts so that people can see I do, in fact, train legs. And like I take it seriously. Because if I wear, dude, I don't know about you, but if I wear like long shorts, it literally looks like I've never squatted in my entire life.
Dude, hang on one second. I think I got to bring my car outside.
Oh, okay. We can.
One little pause.
Yeah.
Hello? All right, I'll be right out. All right, sorry, guys. I'll be right back.
I'll go. We'll pause.
That's fine. I gotta pee anyway. I don't know when he's back.
Okay. Holy shit. Bro.
Dude, I'm trying. Wait, hold that.
Dude, his dog started barking and it's so loud. You hear that? Yo, check in that Young LA box. See if they sent us the capped. Because the capped. Because if not, then they're not in the box. They already sent us it. He's back, by the way. So honestly, just fuck it. We'll look later. Dude, your dog was going crazy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he misses me when I walk out the house.
Is that Australian Shepherd?
Yeah. He's the shit. How's your dog?
He's good. We want another one. But I don't know if we have the room for it, honestly. We got a small place.
Yeah.
Wait, was this light on before?
No. We probably should have left it on, but whatever.
Yeah.
Or turn it on.
Nah, whatever.
Wait, so what were we saying right before? Because we will start it again and then.
I don't even know. But I was going to say earlier, because you were talking about.
Oh, his legs. How your legs don't grow.
Yeah. But yeah, for me, it's like if I can afford, like I have pretty good back genetics. So if I come in and have a lazy back workout, I can kind of just skip some volume and leave and not worry about it. But if I skip one set of like leg extensions, my legs are fucked. So I just have to. But
shorts.
Yeah, dude, the shorts.
We're talking shorts.
But I was saying if I wear long shorts, yeah, it's over. But for you, because back when you started lifting in what, like 2008, 2009?
2006. Like
oh,
right
shit.
when I got to college, yeah.
Okay, yeah, freshman year. So back then, I mean, it was basically, if you wanted gear, it was like locker room trolls giving you some piss-colored oil, and it was like, you better hope that shit's real. But now it's like you can order it online, go get it tested. Like it's not safer to take, but it's certainly safer to buy. You don't have to roll the dice on your organs failing.
Yeah, I mean, see, like I wouldn't even know about that process. I knew it was like fucking shady back then and less shady now, but it's just like, Bandit, no, buddy.
Cute dog.
I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's how it should be, though, man. I mean, like, people are gonna do what they want. They're gonna, take steroids. Might as well take them that are a little bit more safe than out of a fucking basement locker room troll.
Yeah,
cooks it in his bathtub.
When you were like creating, because I want to know when you had this character and like, I don't know, when would you consider like your prime Domizetti? Like when 2018?
2016.
Okay.
I mean, every year is a little different. Like I'd say around 2015, 2016 was like when shit was like really, really popping, and I was making a lot more videos then. So yeah, around then. So
what do you think that almost helped you? So, I assume that you go out and, everybody's trying to be your friend and whatnot. How was it with girls and like females? Did it hurt you or help you? Because I would, if I was a girl and I looked at you and I saw these videos, I'd be like, yo, fuck this guy. Like,
so yeah, I mean, kind of, but it's like when I first started it, when I first started it, I had a girlfriend, and then I was single for a couple years, and then I had a long-term girlfriend like throughout basically the start of Bro Science until 2017. So I was just in a relationship then, and then I was single from then on, and it was like it wasn't very popular with girls. They usually don't know who I am, and I would just kind of like keep that part of like what I do aside until they got to know me, because like I don't want them making up their assumptions about what I'm actually like, and I would be understandable. It'd be understandable if they were like, this guy, I don't want to see this guy.
Yeah.
He's kind of a douchebag.
Yeah.
But I was like, meet me first, and then I'll show you what I do. But I'll tell them like, what do you do for a living? I'm like, I make YouTube videos and I own a couple clothing brands. Like that's it. And if they want to know further, I'll explain it to them, but I'm not going to give them links.
Just show them like the analytics, and that's all. That's all you really need to see. You don't have to watch any of the videos.
I do all right, but this is going to be a stranger conversation if we get serious and we have to, introduce me to your parents. So.
I don't know how like old, because I'm looking at like your older videos. I don't know how YouTube ad revenue worked back then, but none of your vids, like these are all like 5-6 minute vids. So how, and I mean, they have, 10 million views and whatnot, but how were you making money off those 5-minute videos? Because I know when I do like a shorter video like that, you don't have like the ads.
It's usually the
but
10-minute mark.
I don't know how it worked.
Yeah, you guys missed a lot. So a lot of things changed in 2016.
Yes, because
didn't you guys make like an insane amount at one point?
Yeah, so prior to 2016, YouTube ads would give you a lot more money comparatively to what they do now. Also, there was no 10-minute requirement. There was no mid-roll ads. The algorithm wasn't as severe or whatever, but it was literally overnight. There was one day in 2016 where all of a sudden a lot of channels, their views just dropped. My views stayed the same, but my ad earnings on the same amount of views, same type of videos, went to a third of what they were. Just overnight.
That was called the adpocalypse, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Because I remember seeing a video by David Dobrik saying that he was making so and so many millions of dollars per month from YouTube ad revenue, and then after the adpocalypse, I think that was it. It decided that like his content wasn't advertiser friendly, so he literally was making like $100 of ad revenue per month, or some ridiculously low amount, because it was like, oh, this stuff is too vulgar for us to put ads on.
Well, yeah, so it was like a lot of people getting demonetized, the ads themselves not worth as much. That was what I saw. Like my videos, they didn't get, the ones that were monetized didn't get demonetized. Nothing changed other than I was just getting paid less. And then, you know, the whole algorithm thing, and then the 10-minute videos and the mid-roll. So it's like, it's been constantly changing since then. And luckily ad revenue was never the biggest source of income for me. It was always clothing. So when that happened, I was like, this sucks. I'm missing out on money. But it didn't hurt me so much, because it was like, all right, this is, you know, where my money really should be coming from. And I'm thankful for that, because if I was at the whim of YouTube AdSense, my career would be like more successful, but less money. Like it doesn't make any sense. So
yeah.
Now it's like a pretty minor portion of what I make.
But they're still getting views, right? Like, yeah,
no, they still get views.
How many do you know off the top of your head, like how many views per month? Because you probably drop nowadays. It's probably what, only like 3 million a month.
Yeah,
and you only drop like one vid a week, right? Or one vid a month, right? Well, one vid.
Sometimes it's been a lot less consistent. I mean, I would do like one a month or like one every other week sometimes. This past year though, I've done longer breaks because I'm working on other projects.
6 months and then 2 months.
Yeah. I take such a time off, man, but
there's only so much that I feel like you've covered every topic.
Yeah, but also I feel like, yeah, you covered a lot of the old stereotypical topics, but as time goes on,
there's new trends.
You're also handed content on a silver platter with like TikTok. I mean, that's got to be the easiest shit to rip on ever.
Yeah.
The thing is, it's like a big reason I make videos inconsistently or just like less frequently is I just want to keep it fresh for myself. Like if I don't have anything funny to say, or if I'm struggling to if I'm forcing it, I'm like, just don't do it. Like,
yeah.
I'd rather be less successful and make shit that I really care about and like really am confident in than force myself to do something I don't really feel like doing. Like, that's not why I got into it. Like, I got into it so I can spend my time how I want. And I love doing comedy. I love this stuff. But at some point, like, man, I once calculated how many hours of material I've written and performed. And it's like, 50, 60 hours of material. That's 50 to 60 stand-up specials. Like, that's jokes on jokes. And I've been doing this for 10 years. So it's like, I got to keep it up. And like, I don't ever want to put something out that I'm not proud of. So if I feel like I'm forcing it, I'm like, you know what? Like, of course my fans want more and I'll make more money if I do this. But if it's going to come at the cost of quality or me just like hating it, it's not worth it to me. So I'm trying to find ways to keep it fresh and like within myself and just new types of material to do and new bits. And I have some things in the works that I'm doing for Dom, but aside from that, other projects outside of it.
Well, I mean, 60 hours of content on your Bro Science channel. So that must be, I mean, that must be like 6,000 hours behind the scenes. If we're talking about 60 hours of actual refined content, the amount that you cut out.
I've done. Yeah. I mean, I've been doing it for 10 years, you know, so I've been doing. Yeah.
So all your vids are actually scripts, right?
Yeah. So the Bro Science videos are all scripts. So I write those scripts and it takes a couple of days to write, some more than others. And then I shoot and I add improv. The Bros Verse videos I used to do with Brad are all improv. I would come up with a scenario and a basic concept and I would direct the scenes, but I would improv the entire thing. And that was a lot of fun because it was like, I'm really good at that and it's enjoyable.
Yeah, they were fun. They were fun to watch because you would always like pick on Brad. It was so fucking funny.
It was fun to shoot too because I got to go do fun shit and like just not have to worry about like writing the scripts, which is like the hardest part. And also it was more fun to shoot because I'm enjoying the moment rather than just like delivering monologues to camera while chucking weights around. So yeah, both. But all the Bro Science stuff has a script to it, except for the last one I shot.
How to Train for the Greatest Summer of Your Life.
Yeah, with Jesse and Kat, where that was just an idea, and I just ran it, did, improv on that.
Whatever happened to the Bros Verse channel with you and Brad?
I was all in on it. I wanted to, I was, like I said, I really enjoyed doing it. It was fun to do.
Yeah, and they were funny. They were funny as fuck.
The people really enjoyed it, and I was considering the rest of where I wanted things to go, and Bro Science was becoming harder and harder for me to produce content that was fresh. So it felt like there was a lot of life in Bros Verse. So I was like all in on it. And So many words. I was doing all the work. Like I came up with the ideas. I directed the videos. I made all the jokes. I edit the videos. I designed the clothing. I ran the clothing brand. I was doing it all. And me and Brad had a talk about, like, I understand we both have our other priorities. Like my priority is bro science, like my brand. Yours is your brand. And if you don't have the time to commit to something else, that's fine. Like, just tell me that, and that's it. And so we're like, no, let's keep trying. It just wasn't working out. So I was just like, look, I can't continue to do this, because if you have other priorities, so do I. So I had to shift my priority back to, my projects, and that's just how it went.
And wait, so just real quick, you said you edited all the Bros Versus videos yourself. Yeah. Is it the same with Bro Science? You edited them yourself?
I do. Yeah, I do everything myself.
Jeez,
for all my
bro.
How are you? Did you just have like a buddy record you in the beginning, or like your girlfriend, or?
No, it was Guion. So in the beginning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Guion. So he was he recorded it, but he was also a co-writer, co-creator on Bro Science and all that. We wrote together. We don't work together anymore since 2017, but we're still really close friends. It's just, his life went a different direction career-wise, and I just continued doing it. But yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's dope, because it's like, I mean, you guys were doing, you weren't even doing Bro Science prior, and then you guys did Bro Science together, and it kind of blew up, and I bet that was like super dope for you guys.
Yeah, it was cool. It was cool. It was a cool journey to go on for us to like kind of start from literally nothing. It was just like, we didn't come up off anything else or anyone else. It was just like we were just grinding for years, and something finally broke.
Yeah.
So, cool. Yeah.
It's so funny for me to think about Domizetti doing his douchey skit, and then he takes the SD card out, plugs it into the computer, starts editing.
That's what I do, man.
Dude.
That's the problem with it. It's like everything I do all the work for all the brands. Like I design the clothing myself. Like I edit the videos. I create the damn thumbnails. Like I just do the whole thing. Like I'm hiring people to kind of help out with some stuff, but the editing is such a crucial part of the comedic process on it, especially for Bros Verse, because it's all improv. So I have to like cut it together in a way that makes sense. So I couldn't have anyone else do that.
Right.
So just by the nature,
because you have your own vision of, okay, this needs to cut here at the perfect time,
and
whatever.
These are the pictures I want to put on the screen. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
It probably would have taken longer with an editor for you to sit there and micromanage and be like, no, it's got to be this picture. No, I want to cut this way. Okay, I guess that makes sense. It's still funny for me to think of that.
I know, you're just like headband on.
Yeah, editing at your computer.
Glasses and like chopping away. That's what it is, man. So yeah, I know it seems like I don't, the laziest YouTuber in the world, but I put a lot of work into the videos I do make.
That's what I mean. Everyone thinks that it's like, oh, it can be it's so easy to do YouTuber. It's so easy to do what you're doing, and it's like, oh, any dumb guy can do it. Because that's like what I get a lot, but it's like there's a lot to go behind the scenes. There's a lot of shit that like not everyone can do. I'm not saying like I'm not putting us on a pedestal or anything like that, but
yeah, I mean, but we've said it before in this podcast, and I'll say it to you now, is like the way that we think about it is like there's jobs that are certainly harder, like physical wise, being told what to do, but the job of like making content is harder in the sense of, one, you don't have anyone telling you what to do. So you don't have a boss saying, here's the content you're going to make. So the hard part of it is like being creative, which you can't really learn. It's pretty hard to learn how to be creative, and you can't force your brain to think of funny things. You can force yourself to go do labor work, right? Yeah. And just go through the motions, but you can't force yourself to be funny as fuck to like millions of people. So it's a lot of just sitting around and thinking, okay, what can I do?
That's exactly it. Like I say that same thing where it's a lot of, there's days when I'm like, I need to write a video, and I just stare at my computer. I'm like, I nothing's coming out, where you're just trying. I wish I could sit down and do work. I wish I could spend hours just like doing this one thing that I need to get done, but I'm just like, nothing's coming out. I'm not funny today. And then another day I'm like, I have to get it done. And I'm practiced at this point enough where I can get something out, but there's days where you're just spinning your wheels and you're like, I wasted a whole day, hours of work where nothing was produced. That's part of being, just,
and
like,
that's the worst feeling, is like you feel like you're not getting anything done. I mean, for you, it's way worse than for us, because with us, it's a mixture of like, just being funny, but it's all improv. We don't script anything, but also training. And it's pretty easy to train and like get in a good workout. But for you, the idea is like, it reminds me of when I was doing computer science in school, and there would be a problem that I needed to figure out. And I'm just like staring at the screen, staring at code for like hours. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. And there's nobody I can ask because like, I'm just staring, doing nothing. It feels like you've gotten absolutely nothing done.
Yeah.
So what, like when you were sitting down and because I remember, I think I viewed an Instagram story. It must have been so long ago, but you were talking to the camera and you were like, guys, I tried to write this video. Do you remember? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. It was last year, and I was just like, it was late at night.
Yeah, I don't know why I remember that. It's like such a random story to remember, but I remember you had a story and you're like, I have nothing, and so what do you do? Like, you just kind of just scrap it and just start over? Or?
Yeah, I mean, I've done that before.
Do you have videos that you've, sorry to interrupt, but do you have videos that you write out like whole script and then you're like, actually, fuck it, and you just
a million times. I've had whole videos I've said fuck it to. Like,
you've edited and everything, and then you're just like, ah.
In the beginning, yeah, there's been videos because it was all improv in the beginning. The Domizetti verse stuff was all improv. Bro Science, all scripted. Bros verse, all improv. So the all improv on Dom verse, the part that was bad about that was like, because it wasn't situational, improv is a lot easier when there's a situation. You each kind of come up with jokes on the spot. There's things to react to. But when you're just sitting there in front of a camera making jokes, some days you just don't have it. And you're like, this isn't working. So I would scrap whole days of shooting and be like, we got to do this again. This isn't right. This isn't good. Similar with scripts. Like I'll write out some scripts like 70% and like shelve them and go on to a new idea. I mean, almost every time, especially now, I'll start one idea and I'll be like, I don't know how I feel about this one. And then a new idea will come and I'll roll with it. And that's part of it. You know, if I'm struggling, I try not to like, there's a fine balance between like, you got to force yourself through it and commit to a certain idea to a degree for it to even work, but not being so tied down to it that you can't be agile and move on to the next idea if you're just realizing it isn't working. And so that's what happened with this very last video. I was trying to write a script for something to do with cryptocurrency, and the idea was good.
That already
dude,
sounds funny.
You got to make the bid.
Yeah,
I know it was a good one. It was like you know, it was either what your cryptocurrency says about you or what type of crypto bro are you.
Yeah.
So it was like that, but I was like, I'm just like struggling to write jokes and I'm struggling to write material, and I'm like, all right, new idea. I've been trying to get into more like verse style improv stuff with the Dom channel to see how it goes. So I came up with this idea of like training for the summer combine, and people really loved that one. Got a lot of good comments, which is what I was hoping for. It was like kind of an experimental video to see, you know, how people would react to something that was a little different on the channel.
So that one was improv.
Yeah, that one was all improv.
Okay. Yeah, you said that.
So, you know, I made a last minute decision. I switched it and it paid off, but that's just how it happens now.
Yeah. Dude, but the crypto video would be fun.
I'll probably do it at some point. I gotta be in the right headspace, I guess.
Yeah, because it's super trending right now.
That crypto is bro science, bro. It's literally like, dude, trust me. Like, I made like X amount of money.
Science of finance, man.
Yes, that's literally what it is.
Bro finance.
Finance. Yeah, but that reminds me of a video Mr. Beast made. I don't know if you saw it, but it was like the top 5 videos that I never uploaded. And there was one, and you have to think with Mr. Beast's videos, his budget is like $1 million fucking dollars, because he'll do crazy shit that involves paying a ton of people. And the idea of him scrapping a video, it just like, that just must be heartbreaking to him. Because there was one where like they put a brick on the gas pedal of a car and just drove it at a wall because they wanted to see what would happen, I guess. And the final shot, like the money shot of the car hitting the wall, was slightly out of focus, and they scrapped the whole video because of it. And then they had another one. They were trying to break the world record of the longest domino chain, and they spent days. No, they spent days putting all these dominoes up, and then once the video was fully edited and they watched it back, they realized it was the most boring shit ever because you're just watching dominoes fall for like an hour. So he just scrapped the video. It's like, I mean, how many man hours went into making that, and then it's just gone forever.
We should do the brick car challenge with the R8 that you got.
Yeah,
you can make a video out. You can make a video out of it, man.
Yeah, put it right against the wall.
Do you have anything done to it?
Yeah, it's supercharged. So so V10
Yeah.
supercharged. It's on KW coilovers with hydraulics because it has a bunch
Holy
of aero
shit.
on it.
Yeah.
So it needs that to get in and out of the driveway even. But
Yeah.
and it's straight piped.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Is that your daily?
Yep.
No way.
Yep.
So you every time you like back out, you gotta like lift it up a little bit.
And I have to lift it up when I drive around just normal streets like in LA because the streets here suck. But like,
Yeah.
everything's low. Everything is real low to the ground, man.
Damn. And you got
Fucking
the spoiler on it, right? Is there a spoiler on it? Yeah. That thing is sick. I remember seeing the pics of it. That thing is fucking dope. But dude, your OG car, was it CRV? The Cadillac.
CTS?
Okay, yeah. The CTS, the Cadillac. It's two-door, right?
Yeah, the Guido mobile.
Yeah, dude. I remember seeing that car and I was like, bro, this car is so badass. Like, it's just so like the windows just black the fuck out, 0% visibility, and you just
I love that thing.
Yeah.
Cool.
Dude, I do you still have that? Or you got rid of it?
No, that thing was a total piece of shit. I mean, I loved it, but it literally died on me 2 weeks after I got it, brand new.
Oh shit.
Brand fucking new. So many electrical problems with it, and I ended up getting rid of it, and it was actually like a recall on it. So
damn. Yeah. But yeah, the R8 though is fucking dope. Do you park? Is it like in the garage or is it actually outside your house?
It's outside right now. It's getting washed right now. That's why I had it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I know that going back to you're living with Brad, but you're in your own. I'm trying to think because I don't really know too much about the house, but like there's like a pool, right? And then there's
a back house, so it's like I have like a living room and a kitchen and a bed here. I mean, like the idea was this was supposed to be the Bros Verse house. We moved in here to make Bros Verse content.
Okay, that's what I was gonna ask.
Yeah. That was the whole reason because I didn't want to move into a house with roommates. I didn't need to, but it was that's what I mean. Like me and the Demon Brad, we were committed to like this is our next plan. This is what we're gonna do. So I was like, all right, I'm committed. Let's live here. Let's do this, even though I don't want to. I'm like, let's do this. So so I moved in, and shortly after, it was just like this isn't working out. Like I couldn't continue to just do it all, and
shit happens. Yeah,
it happens. But it's like at some point you're like, I gotta do what's right for me. He's got to do what's right for him. We found that out quickly, apparently. So I went back to just the drawing board on my stuff, back to bro science stuff, new projects for me on the clothing side, and then just like looking to buy a house for the last several months. But the housing market right now, as we were talking about earlier, is just like a nightmare. It's like even with like all the money you got, you throw it at like still can't buy it. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is weird. Because I saw something on the news a couple of weeks ago of like there's a ton of houses around. I don't know if you've seen this, but there's a ton of houses that are being bought for like hundreds of thousands of dollars more than their asking price.
That's what I have to do. I've already offered. The last house I offered was $250K over asking, and I still didn't get it.
Yeah, and but they're being bought up. They're being bought up by like companies. Like there's companies that are just like buying houses for well over the asking price, and it's like, what the fuck?
Just move into the Wish house, bro.
I'm just gonna hop around different influencer houses. I'm like a spy though. I'm getting a lot of material, but yeah, that's the situation I'm in right now, where it's like any house on the market, any one of them is gonna go over asking. Most of them here, well over asking. And like the thing is, like, yeah, you're spending a lot of money over asking, but it's not going to go down in value. It's not a great time to buy, obviously. It's just like nearly impossible to actually get it with all the contingencies they remove and things. It's like you got to have as much cash as you need to have up front for normally buying a house. Double that. You need even more than that just to stay competitive. So it's like I've been looking for months. Yeah.
How much square foot is that you're in right now? The thing next to it.
I don't know. It's pretty big though. I mean, for like a pool house, it's not big enough for me. Like I'm overrun with like my clothing samples and stuff.
Yeah.
But it worked for a while. It's not a bad setup. It's just like, I gotta.
You've outgrown it with you got too much shit. That's how we are. We're trying to get out of here. And we've got stuff everywhere. We've got clothes, like you said, samples, everything. It's just overflowing this place.
Yeah, camera equipment, podcast equipment, everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like I got a lot more things that I need to do that require more space. Mm-hmm. So it's like because it's taking so long to buy a house, I'm like held up on those things. But coming through soon, man.
Yeah. Well, that you could speak it into existence on the pod, right here on the pod. But that house that you're at right now, is it like? Would you consider it like? Because I mean, you said you're 33. They're all 20 years old-ish. How is that? Because you're like that's like the influencer house, like the raw gear house. How is that? How do you see them every day? Like how do you feel?
Yeah, I walk by them. I keep to myself back here. You know, like I'm rarely inside. But I'll see him, you know, every day as I walk through. I'll say hi, chit chat here and there. I mean, it's not really a lot going on here. You know, everyone's just kind of like
doing their own thing, content grinding.
You know, go work out and shoot some videos now and then. But it's pretty quiet, I'll be honest. Like, and I just chill back here and go in the pool sometimes and do my work.
Hold on. It's this. There we go. Okay, never mind.
Wait, so how many people are living in the house right now?
Inside,
he probably doesn't even know, dude.
Roughly.
Red, 5.
Oh, okay. It's not too bad.
I thought it was like filled with influencers. They were like climbing out of the windows and stuff.
No, man. At that point, I would
have to leave.
I would live on the street.
You live in the car in the Audi.
I would live in the all right, man.
So what do you do? Like, cause now I want to get into like the life. You know, we talked about Dom, but I want to get into like the actual life of you, Mike. And it's like, what do you do? Like, what do you do in your day? Because I know, let's say you're not shooting videos, and I know you got your clothing company, Shell Corp, but you've also got Bro Science.
Yeah.
So what does your day look like?
Most of it is pretty week to week. I'm just juggling a lot of different projects. Like, as I slow down with Bro Science, it doesn't mean that the work is stopping there. Like, most of my work with Bro Science right now, outside of shooting content, goes towards the clothing, where it's like my goal is to set that up so that it grows and continues to sell on its own for years without relying on my YouTube videos. And there's a couple different strategies I've used to make that work, and it has been working, which is great. So that work involves just coming up with new designs, working on ad material, and just kind of keeping it in maintenance mode until I can get some other people involved to help manage the brand, so I can take some work away from that. And then besides that is my other clothing brand, Shell Corp, which I started this past November, which is like more my personal brand. It's like streetwear, more fashion based than it would be merchandise based. And I do all the designs for that myself. Like, I draw all the designs, I Photoshop everything. And so a lot of my work comes with designing and then just checking samples, and everything's custom made too. Like this tank is like, this is like entirely custom made fabric, and the cut itself is like, everything is cut and sew. And it took me like a year to create just this tank and the t-shirts, because it's like this perfect fit I'm going for.
And it's all you.
Yeah. I work now with Christian Pierce from, Real Bros of Simi Valley, Jimmy Techo's videos. Yeah. So he's like sort of the VP on it. We started working together. The designing stuff is all me, and then I'll confer with Cap on Christian on some ideas and whatnot, and then we create the media together. So there's the designing aspect of that. I'm talking to Gary and Young LA. They do they produce the clothing for me. So I work with Gary pretty much every day, just going over samples and a lot of text messages. When's this going to be done? When's that going to be done? So juggling all that, producing content for that, photo shoots, different video ideas, because that's its own media company basically. And then got back into skateboarding recently, so I do that.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, that's been fun, man. I don't know why I stopped, but that, and then love cars. I do a car show that I also produce every now and then, because it's just like,
oh, you do your own show?
Yeah, it's called an RPM. You'd like it. It's fun.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. So on my personal YouTube channel, my Mike Tornabene channel, I started doing a car show back in 2016. And it's one of my favorite things I've ever produced. Like, a lot of people say, like, this is like the best thing you've ever done, including Bro Science. But it's super expensive, and it's like the editing is like TV quality editing, so it just takes a while.
Yeah.
And it didn't make sense financially for me to continue to do it, but it's something that like I will continue to shoot and put out when I can. So I put one out like a couple months ago, and prior to that I hadn't put one out in like 2 years. But when they come out, they're just like fun things, like travel and just debauchery in cars. So that, and yeah, just started seeing somebody, so hanging out with her, traveling, kicking it with my friends, man, just enjoying life.
Yeah, you're just living now. You're living for a living. You grinded you did your you did your grinding with Domizzetti, yeah.
I'm still grinding though, man. That's the thing.
No, yeah,
I didn't mean
like you're lazy as fuck now.
no, but it's like
that's exactly what he meant, man.
Part it's like you're always working towards a bit of peace of mind, right? And it's like as you grow, you got new things that you take on. And what I'm realizing is, like I was saying, I do this all myself, and I'm like, I need to start relinquishing some control and allowing people to like help out here and there. But it's like that's all part of managing a brand. It's like or just like working for yourself. You never have time off, really. You're like, I can take time off whenever I want, but this is my life. Like I'm constantly working, and if I choose to take a break, my work will suffer. But like that's part of the balance. Like I have it that way over anything. But part of my plan now is like, now that I'm getting older, is like I need to start extending that timeline where it's like these projects need to live outside of my content treadmill, which I've been on for years, and it's like it paid off in a lot of ways because I've been enjoying my life for a long time, and I love what I do, and I love where I'm at. But it's like now is the grind to extend those things I put in place. So it's like you build them and you build them and you build them, and then they're there, and now you got to keep them there. And sometimes that beginning stage of like fortifying them is harder than building it, but it's way worth it.
Well, Shell Corp's pretty dope because I've obviously checked out the clothes, and it's like it's more. Would you consider yourself like an edgy guy?
I guess if you're going to put a label on it, yeah. I mean, like I've always been a little bit more like when I was in high school, I was like a punk rock kid, little skate rap. Like it's just a little different, more artistic, some like a little bit of a mix of bro, hipster, rock and roll, and hip hop, all kind of like a little bit of different things coming together to make, that brand. Yeah.
So, cause I mean, you have, and your tats too. Cause like I see you and I'm like, all right, this guy's like, he's like edgy, like whatever, whatever label you want to put on it. And then I see Shell Corp, which is you got like the X Games. You've got all this like super, like it almost looks like your tats. Like,
yeah.
Like it literally almost looks like your tats are on your clothing. So it makes me think, like I know, because did you design your tattoos as well?
No, I come up with some of the ideas myself. Like one or two of them I've designed myself, but my tattoo artist, Aaron Garcia, he's like one of my best friends now. He's done all my tattoos except for the first two. So a lot of them, I'll give him my idea and he'll just draw it. Some of them, he just comes up with himself. I'm like, yo, I want that one. Like, let's do that one. Others I've like designed more specifically, like this one here, like I designed that one and then he just cleaned it up. And like, that.
How many do you have?
I think 40.
Okay. Because I remember, when you first started your Bro Science vids, you didn't have any, I don't think.
No, I just started getting them in. First one was May 2017 was my first one.
And what made you do it? Because low-key, I've been thinking about it too.
I've wanted them since I was 18, 20 years old, something like that. Like, and I always wanted like a bodysuit. I wanted what I have now, like, covered in tattoos, like all the same style, traditional, same color, like well placed, well thought out. But I didn't because of like acting and stuff, and because of Dom. I was like, I didn't want my tattoos to interfere with the character, and I also didn't want people to judge my tattoos based on my character. And it was like I was kind of like living in the shadow of that character. Like I was like protective of that. And then as I got older, I was like, I don't want to do that anymore. Like I want to do what I want to do and like live how I want to live without, of course, sacrificing too much of the thing that makes me money and the thing that everybody loves. But I was like, all right, I'm gonna just start doing it. Like, fuck what people think. Like some people are not going to like it. And yeah, sure, it will kind of interfere with the character a bit, but like, this is how I see myself, the person I want to be. Yeah. I'm going to do that. And so I started doing that. And I'm like, one of the best decisions I've ever made. Like this is the person I am now is who I've always wanted to be since I was like 20 years old. Like, this is the person I was working to be. And I'm like, I'm so happy about that. But there are obviously people who are like in bro science, like your tattoos fucking suck. I hate them. And I'm like, whatever, man. Like,
no, honestly, I think it makes,
I think it helps.
Yeah, I think it helps.
I think it adds to the idea of like if you're trying to pull off the Domizzetti character, kind of like douchey Guido, like you said, then obviously like having some tattoos, if anything, it's going to add to that character. It's not going to take away from it.
Yeah, no, for sure. Just different tattoos than I think Dom would end up having is like what it is.
True.
Dude, your back one, it's like I'm trying to explain it. It's like the bull, right? Or the
You're saying you want me to take my shirt off.
Please.
Yeah, go ahead and rip it off. And
we've been waiting to ask this all podcast, man.
Oh, you actually look really good.
Damn.
Lighting. Ooh.
Yeah, it is good lighting.
That's it.
Yeah, yes. That
Damn.
shit is insane.
Yeah.
And that's like a snake, right?
How long did that take?
I'm about there.
Yeah, can you just pull your pants down a little bit more for the podcast?
You're gonna have
Damn.
to pay for that on my OnlyFans. Thanks. Yeah.
That had to have been. Oh, are those Young LA?
These?
Or are those
No, these are
Shellcorp?
Shell.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Oh,
these
they're
are
like baggy. Okay.
These are, I wear them, these are a size larger than I wear. Sometimes I wear them baggy, sometimes I wear them tighter. Yeah, so these are a 32. I normally wear a 30. So the 30s are more like tapered. These are like baggy, but they have joggers. They're denim.
Oh, okay. Oh, dude, that's fucking sick.
Yeah,
I'm snagging a pair.
These are all sold out, buddy. You're gonna have to get them black. I'll
Wait,
send you that.
so how long did the one on your back take in total?
4 6-hour sessions.
Damn.
So what is that?
24 hours.
20?
Yeah.
Damn.
Jeez, that's a full day of just getting stabbed.
I like how I don't know. I assume you did this on purpose, but I don't know for sure. I like how your abs have 0 tattoos. Is that on purpose?
Yeah,
I noticed that. I noticed that because
Yeah.
I was looking. I was like, oh, he has none on his abs, and then I thought, oh, it's because you don't want to cover them up.
If I ever do anything, they'd be like smaller and more spaced, so you could still see it. But like, I like how it is now.
Yeah.
One tat per ab.
Yeah, just like exactly like one little thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much was the you don't have to say, but how much was the one on your back?
How much did it cost?
Yeah, how much did it cost?
I mean, he's like he's a friend of mine.
He's your homie, yeah. So
He gives me like a homie rate, and I just like tip him really well.
how much would it have been?
For a non-homie.
It was a couple grand, but it would be a couple more than that. You know, maybe double or so. Because you think like 24 hours, usually like 100 to anywhere from 100 to 300 an hour, maybe depending on the artist.
So like 4K plus.
Dude, because I would want like that one is so sick where it's like fills up your whole back and it all like ties in together. So I would if I were to get something like that big, it would have to be like some dope thing that I just thought of and all tied in together.
Yeah, I mean,
that's my favorite.
I want like I want a tattoo eventually, but it would just be it would be more small and like sentimental, you know. But you're not really serious about like competing, at least right now. So you don't really care about covering definition. But for me, I'm kind of planning on competing. I think I have good genetics for like classic. So I don't want to jump the gun and be like, oh, this looks cool, and then I like cover definition. So that's what I'm holding off on. But if I do get one, it'll be after I make $1 million in sales with my clothing company. I'll just get the logo like right on my forearm or something that won't cover any definition.
Yeah, it's a good spot.
The thing with me is I was talking to my buddy about it, and my buddy Eric, he edits my videos, and we wanted a tattoo where it's less about what it is, but it's more about where it is, because we want something similar to how you were saying. We want something where it's like it's very visible, like maybe on not on my face, but like on my neck, where it's like it means that I don't have to ever, try to get a job interview, Like if I have a neck tat, I can probably get a job, but it's kind of saying like, okay, I have this neck tat where it means I won't ever have to work for somebody else. Like I won't ever have to impress a boss or something like that. So it's the point where, if I ever were to get one on my neck, that's me being like, okay, I made it. I'm on my way. Like I work for myself, and I don't know if I'm probably not there yet, but like when I'm there, I'm going to get that neck tat. Cause it's less of what it is. Like I'll get I'll get something stupid, but it's more of me saying I don't need that. I don't have to work here for anyone.
A lot of artists won't do that though. I mean, like I do mine a little more traditional. Like I eventually am going to get the sides of my neck done and my hands. Yeah. But like I wanted to like get all the coverage first. Like I won't do my hands until like this part of my sleeve is finished. Right. I won't do my neck until my hands. Just some people like really traditional about it. They're like, yo, if you don't have, like arm tattoos, they're not going to tattoo your hand as your first tattoo or your neck. I mean, you will find somebody that'll do it, but it's like part of that consideration is like, some people like to see it as like, you got to earn those spots. At the end of the day, it's your body, and it's like, you can do whatever the hell you want. But that's generally like in the tattoo culture is like, you don't tattoo your hands or your neck or your face unless you have like coverage elsewhere. But
I didn't realize there was a whole thing about it. Like,
oh yeah, I mean, like,
I probably triggered like hella guys with tattoos. They're like, no, you can't get that yet, bro. Like,
oh yeah, you would. I mean, you would trigger a lot of people like that, but you'd also like you'd find artists that would straight up be like, no, I'm not doing it. Like, my artist wouldn't do it. He's like, guy comes in, he wants a hand tattoo, and he pulls up his sleeve. He's like, I'm not doing this. You don't have any, you know.
So why is that? What's the like ritual behind that?
Part of it is like, you know, you gotta, it's like those spots you gotta earn, because like a lot of people just want to be like, yo, look at me, look how blasted I am. I got my hands and my neck and my face done, and they want to like kind of skip ahead in the sort of like lifestyle of looking like you're blasted. Like I said, at the end of the day, it's like you do whatever makes you happy. Like, it doesn't really matter. The other is that like some tattoo artists don't want to be responsible for that, because they're like, yo, this is your first tattoo. I'm not going to put it on your neck, your face, your hand. Like, it's
almost like they're liable.
Like, yeah, like, because it's, you know, they are taking on that responsibility. Like you're putting a lot of trust in them. And as tattoo artists, like they feel that and they take that on. So they're also not going to be like, look, I'm not going to tattoo this guy's hand. It feels irresponsible for them as the expert in the field. They're going to be like, I recommend you don't do that.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of people think. The other is just, it's a traditional way of looking at it. Like, you know, you haven't earned your stripes yet. You haven't had enough tattoos to put on a place where it's always visible. And, I do that for myself. You know, I'm not going to like hold it against somebody where they get their tattoos, but like for me, like I want to feel like I earned those spots. Like, and it just, for me, it looks better. Like, I don't want to have my hand tattooed if I didn't have my arms filled out. It looks a little strange to me, like for what I do.
So because I'm always curious about this, like what prompted you, because you said early on, since you were like 18, you just knew you wanted them, and that wasn't a phase. Like, it didn't dissipate over the course of a decade, and you eventually got fully tatted. So for you, like, do most of the tattoos have sentimental value to you, or do you just think that it's like cool body art? Like, why did you want to get them?
Both. To me, what's most important is how it looks as art. Because at the end of the day, like the meaning will find itself there. To me, like the most meaningful thing to me is when I see a tattoo and I'm like, my gut goes, that one. For some reason, that thing spoke to me, and I was like, that expresses me in the most like instinctual way. I'm like, that's what I like. Because when someone looks at me and my tattoos, they don't know what they mean, and they're probably never going to know what they mean. But it expresses my like who I am in a way that is very like, I see it and I know what that means. So if I look at that tattoo and it's somehow I connect with it, that there being a meaning that I assign to it, then it feels like that's going to outwardly express as well. So someone's going to look at it and be like, I get a certain feeling from that, or I take a certain meaning from it. Others are more like an explicit sort of meaning. Like, let's see. I mean, this is my grandpa. This is from one of the road trips I did. 78 was the street number my first apartment was, where I started shooting YouTube videos. This is, you know, my dog and my car, the logo for the car show. Others are just like, this one here is one of my favorites. I gave my artist an idea of like what I wanted, and he just like drew it, and I saw it and I was like, yo, that's the one I want. Like that, I love that one. So a little bit of both, but I think at the end of the day, as long as you're happy with how it looks and how it comes together, because you got to look at it every day. The meaning is not going to matter as much as like what you see in the mirror and what people see, if that's why you want to get it.
So it's kind of like you wanted to get them almost as like a way of expressing who you are on your skin. Like, so it wasn't just like, oh, it looks cool. It's more like it looks cool, but it also has meaning to me when I look in the mirror. Yeah,
absolutely. It's both. I mean, like I've always loved the way it looks. Like from an aesthetic and style wise, like I always liked it. Like it's to me equivalent of like putting art on the walls in your house. You know, it's okay. But in the same way, putting art on the walls in your house, it's also expressive of who you are, and like the things you choose, the artwork you like, the style, the way you place it, like all these things are like, those mean something. A lot of people think that in order for it to mean something, it needs to have a literal meaning. Like this is this and that. It's like, no, like this all means something. Like I chose it for a reason. I like these things for a reason, and they all come together to like, when you look at it, it'll give you a certain impression of who I am. And I think that it's kind of accurate, because when I look at the tattoos, that's the same impression I get.
I'm going to get one on my knee to my ankle so I can cover up my calves, you know? Like, it's just like some dope design all the way around. But I feel like that would look sick though. Like,
check it out. I've done it.
He's already got it. It's just the back half, not even the front. Oh, fuck yeah. Do you have any on your quads too?
Yeah, I got them on my thighs. It's gonna make me show my quads on the fucking thing.
This is Mike.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's like, what is that? Like a castle or something? I can't
It's
see.
a skull and a castle, and then the other one's inverted and on fire.
Oh, it's the same one, but just
Yeah.
inverted. Okay.
Yeah.
Damn, that's fucking sick. So like one leg that's dope.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites.
All right. Well, any on your ass?
Just a little snake tail.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just that. I showed you. Yeah, it's just a part of it. It's like.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay.
This video's gonna get flagged for nudity.
Yeah.
I know, right?
But I think probably wraps it up, unless you want to talk about something else.
No, I mean that basically covers everything.
I'm actually happy I talked about the tattoo thing because I didn't know. I would have gone and like embarrassed myself if I went to a shop and they were like, "No, dude, get the fuck out of here."
Yeah.
Yeah, they might do it. I mean, like I said, it's your choice at the end of the day, but like that is tattoo culture. Basically.
Yeah. Damn,
Yeah.
I didn't know there was tattoo culture. Tattoo bro science.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's bro science and everything, man. You know this.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. Now I do.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us, Mike.
Yeah.
it was a pleasure to have you.
Seriously, man.
No problem.
I know a
Thank you
lot
guys.
of sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, thank you guys. This
Yeah.
is fun.
Yeah, I know a lot of people watching right now probably like getting hella nostalgia and shit like that. And if you haven't seen Mike's shit, go look up Bro Science Life and learn something. Okay, go to the oldest video and just autoplay it for 24 hours. Watch it all.
While you sleep.
Yeah, watch it
Just
all.
absorb the bro science into your brain.
Wait, really quick.
Yes.
You have a video called How to Make Girls Squirt, right?
Yeah.
There's no way that's monetized, right?
No.
Okay.
Also, I had to remove it from YouTube.
No
Oh
way.
shit! Sorry guys, you can't watch that one.
No, it's on my Instagram now.
Oh,
Full.
IGTV.
It's on my IGTV in full. I had to move it from YouTube, yeah, but it was one of my favorite videos. It's so hilarious.
Yeah, it's
and
funny as fuck.
accurate.
Yeah, it's funny
Yeah.
as fuck.
It was accurate, actually. Yeah.
No.
So if you guys want to go, How to Make a Girl Squirt, go on his IGTV. Is that on the Domizetti one or the?
It's on Domizetti IGTV. Yeah,
Okay.
it's in full.
Okay,
Yeah.
so go ahead and watch that, guys. But yeah, Mike, thank you for coming on the podcast.
And if you guys made it this far,
wait, we should. I want to apologize real quick, just because last video there was a little echo. So if there was any echo in this thing, it's something to do with.
yeah, I'm the
Wi-Fi.
one. No, I'm the one who edits them, and it's because.
Also, Mike's frozen right now.
Oh,
I'm not moving. It's very still.
No, you're frozen. You're frozen, bro. So
My internet just- yeah,
yeah,
literally
you're
you're
super
literally
still,
frozen.
dude.
You were like
okay,
this.
there.
You were like this, looking handsome. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you were gonna be frozen on any screen, it's that screen that you want to be frozen on.
Perfect.
All right, it's like 2 frames a second right now,
Yeah.
but that should clear up in a sec. But yeah, and also like any interruptions, like if we interrupted Greg last podcast, there is a delay. It's like a quarter-second delay.
We totally just lost Mike right there. Listen,
Fuck.
but we can still talk to you guys. Obviously, look, right now there's
Shit, he's back.
hey, and you're
Wait,
in,
turn your mic on.
and he's
There
in
you
like
are.
1080. Now you're in like 1080p now.
Yeah, you're high def.
Was I like low def the entire time?
No,
No,
it
no.
was just at the end.
Oh.
It was like 2 pixels on the screen, and you were just maintaining this pose right here, looking sharp.
Awesome. Yeah.
But
Yeah. So sorry if the Wi-Fi was fucked during this podcast and the last one. If the echo, whatever.
there was echo for a couple parts. It just has to do with the timing of the clips. They get out of sync sometimes. But if you made it this far, what should they comment? What should they comment? Sush?
Something about you, Mike. What should people comment to help boost the algorithm? Because you know how that works. What should they comment to something that you said that
Resounded with everyone.
Oh, during the podcast. Oh God, my internet's going out again.
Oh
Some-
shit.
fuck. I'm trying to think.
So okay, comment your favorite bro science video.
Oh yeah, comment a nostalgic bro science moment before
Yeah,
this
there you
whole
go.
thing fucking shuts off right now. All right, because we have no clue what's going on. This is getting fucked. So Mike, thank you guys, and thank you guys for watching. We're gonna end it here, and Anna Bars tomorrow, guys. Come on.
Yeah, so it'll be
All right.
restocked by the time you watch this. All right.
Thank you, Mike.
Thanks again.
Thanks, guys.
All right.